Hello, how are you? It's day 92 of lockdown. But before you start, this is a vintage shirt. Look, the 1999-2000 season, Linfield, the first league title under David Jeffrey. It's a signed shirt. Look at that. We won.
A Linfield shirt.
Yeah, Linfield.
All I'm going to say is I really hope, and I'm not telling the story, that there are some women watching this that were at the Intimate Issues Conference many years ago in Armagh when a Linfield shirt featured heavily in the talk. But we're not going to go there.
Sure, we're not. Anyway, you interrupted me because this has got the signatures of all the players who won it. It's 20 years old. It's a vintage shirt. It's worth a fortune.
It's vintage.
Excuse
me.
me.
It should be assigned to the bin.
We won it by 18 points, and I was at every single game that season. So I just wanted to say that. Anyway, what are we doing? Oh yes, well, funny enough, I watched one of the games, not just the highlights, when we beat Glentoran.
Is this a football talk?
No, it's not, but it's
nobody wants to know.
It segues into something very important. And it led me to think, I was watching it and I thought, it was fantastic to see it on YouTube. But it's not like the real thing. It's nothing that beats standing on the terrace or in the stand and being there with real people and watching real players. And I was thinking, it stopped me thinking, because one of the girls put a wee thing on her family app today. She said, I've had enough. One of the kids was acting up. She said, I've had enough. I'm running away. And Boris isn't stopping me. And I thought,
I know how she feels.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, it's true. People say, oh, well, church will never be the same. People are used to watching online, etc. And I thought, no. It's not the same. It's a bit like years ago, Robin, Mark and I were in Nashville doing a couple of gigs, and we had a free night. We went to the Grand Ole Opry in the Raymond, wherever, the Raymond. And there were 6 acts, live radio show, 15 minutes each. And one of them was a bluegrass band, and it was fantastic, honestly. 15 minutes live bluegrass. When I got home, it was a while ago, I bought a CD of bluegrass, played one track, and went, get that off quick.
I remember that.
I know, because it's something live, it's not the same. It's totally different. It's a bit like online dating. Mm-hmm. It's only an introduction.
Which was before our time.
Yes, where you can walk hand in hand in a balmy summer's night down a river with your loved one. And I actually am totally convinced that people will come back because, again, the more you connect online, it's only a prelude to actually meeting personally. And so I'm just freshly excited about church again. Not that I was ever not excited, but excited about meeting real people and worshipping together, because there's something about God's people coming together and the presence of God in a way that being online will, no matter how good your Zoom is, will never ever replicate. So there you go.
So that's what you've been thinking about?
That's what I'm thinking about. Suppose you're going to do something Christian, are you?
well actually, I was out for my walk today again and praying over things, and I suddenly thought, these are really small things I'm talking to the Lord about. And I had this sense.
What, like football and stuff?
No, not football.
All right.
And I had this. Actually, I was praying about your blisters.
Stop talking about that.
I know. We'll keep talking, but I was praying about them and saying, Lord, let his blisters heal up so that he can get out. I was thinking of your welfare, so that he could get out for a walk again. And then I suddenly thought, God, you've a lot more important things to think about at the minute than somebody's.
He needs to get on and sort out this coronavirus thing.
Somebody's blisters, and it really did make me think, maybe I shouldn't be praying about this. And then I came home, and Paul and I have become a little bit obsessed by the birds in our garden, and we keep putting out seed for them and different wee things. And so when I came back, there were several sparrows out, and I just felt like the Lord was saying, what did I tell you? I said that, if I cared for a tiny little, almost insignificant bird like a sparrow, then how much more do I care for you? And what I read in the Psalms then after that really echoes that, because I was reading Psalm 8 today, and it says, when I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you set in place, your majesty, your greatness, your power. And then the psalmist says, so what is mankind that you're mindful of them, and human beings that you take care of them? And it just struck me again that this all-powerful, amazing creator God who holds the whole world in his hands, that he does care about the small details of our lives, and that in this period of lockdown, yes, we're thinking about those bigger issues, but there's lots of little things that like they feel like a need in our lives, and we maybe think, oh, well, that's not important to God. And God, well, I felt the Lord said to me today, no, it really is important to me. So this is what I wrote when I was contemplating all of this. There's a poem coming on.
Okay.
It's called Days Like These, and I've written, in days like these, it's hard not to think of God as being distracted by the bigger issues crippling our fragile world. I feel like a small child tugging at my mother's skirt, begging for her attention, something I need her to hear of huge significance in my little world. You swiftly scoop me up and point me to a crazy gang of boisterous, noisy sparrows. What did I tell you, little one? If I still take care of them, how much more for you? So I've been enjoying that.
That's
today.
brilliant. Do you think the Lord cares about we'll finish the league programme this year?
Probably not.
Okay, well, we'll see you on Friday. God bless you.